All right, we back. Does this sound a little better? Does this sound like the mic, the right one? Please confirm. Please confirm. Way better. Thanks for pointing it out, yellow name that I can't read because it's so yellow. But thank you. It actually has a little bass.
Yes, it now has a little bass. You can hear my voice.
Good. With that, I mean, guys, I gotta say, I got really worried there. I'm a little frazzled. I think I need to make myself a beverage, just to calm my nerves. Strictly professional. I'll be right back. You guys enjoy these smooth tunes. Alright, I'm cut off, guys. Okay? I'm not allowed to have another drink for at least an hour. Please, make me stick to that. I got stuff to do, okay? And I don't want to be slurring my shit up while I'm trying to talk to you guys. So let me blow up this chat so I can see all of your beautiful words. A+, oh my god, that's Mo Betta. Love it. Likely excuse. So, no, we're not doing a drunk stream. I can't. I'm gonna be tipsy for sure, but it ain't gonna happen. Smiley, congratulations on your discovery. He's right. It feels bad, man. This feels bad, man thing. I've been hearing a lot about feels bad, man. I want to meet this feels bad, man. Sounds like an epic dude. What's up, Sweeze? You got drunk last weekend. Oh, dude, tequila drunk is nasty. It's nasty. Hey, you seen JoJo? Yeah, I've seen JoJo. I love JoJo. You know what? I'll show you. I love JoJo. I hope my shit doesn't break. This is all JoJo. Can you see this? I don't know what you see. These are all this and that and that. Actually, all three of these. These are all JoJo. They're good. They're also in Chinese. Let's watch me fail. No, I succeed. Anyways, yeah. When I was a kid, I grew up in Asia. I grew up in Taipei, and then I grew up in Malaysia, and I lived a little bit in Japan. But I lived there during the early 90s and up until about the late 90s. So like the late 80s to the late-ish 90s. But they're all in Chinese, but they're sick. And it's actually the best way to learn a language, I'll tell you that. Oh yeah, this is Weeb? Yeah, dude, this is all Mongos, for sure. But yeah, if you ever want to learn a language, get into comics, because like, especially like more kind of like the action-y comics and stuff, they tend to keep it down to like a 3rd grade level. So it's not like crazy complicated, but JoJo does get a little complicated, so I don't know what the hell's going on sometimes. But these were the ones I initially grew up with. These were even before the JoJo's. What's this? Oh yeah. Well, before I was really getting into JoJo's. This is in 1990. How many of you guys were not even born in 1990? Raise your hands. Adrian, what's going on, brother? If you were born later than 1990, please say so. I'd love to know. Boop. Wow. That is awesome. So, when you guys weren't even born yet, this is what I was reading. I was reading Dragon Ball. while it was happening. The original iterations, not this Dragon Ball super duper mega fucking whatever. This I don't know if I can show on stream, but this was called, I think, was it Digital? No, not Digital Girl. What was it called? Video Girl. That's right. And it was a real weird one. This isn't, there's nothing nude here. This isn't too lewd. But it was about this girl. It was about like this girl who came out of like a video or something. And then there was a dude who got her, but he also, he's had like a love triangle or some shit where like he's got this real girlfriend or something. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so you guys know. Then there were, because these were published in Taiwan, I believe a few of these were actually Chinese, not Japanese, which was interesting. Yeah, but lots of fun stuff. There was this is what is this one called? What was it called? Like Ramen 1/2 or some shit. So this one had Dragon Ball. Oh, Dragon Quest. Love it. I got a bunch of those too. So this one had Dragon Quest, Dragon Ball. I think it had City Hunter. What was it? I mean, these were awesome. I think it was every 2 weeks. You got one of these, man, and it was just like, loved it. Anyways, see, I got like 100 of those or something. I don't fucking know. I'm not gonna show you her boobies. That's wrong. Ramen and a half. Oh, you can't see shit in that window? I mean, I did want to. Okay, hold on. Just so I can still make. I mean, it's technically an animation stream because we're talking about like manga and my inspirations and JoJo, and that is the next parody that I'm gonna do. I do want to get into Pon Pon Oversale, but JoJo is the next parody. But I'll do this. I'll make the window a little bigger so you guys can see. How do I do this? How do I do this, guys? Guys, am I gonna break this? I don't want to break it. Oh my god. Alright, here's my fat face. Alright. So let me show you. It's probably all pixelated and fucked up. So, you know, it makes sense that these are the comics that, because I grew up on them, I ended up collecting all of them at the time, and I obviously don't have, I lost a lot of them over time. 30 years, you lose shit. Anyways, this is Dragon Quest. And it's not like Dragon Quest, the game. It is based off of that. They got like jellies and all that shit. See you around, Corey. But the actual comic, I got a shelf of those. And it's amazing art. I mean, it's really, really well done. But it's Dragon Quest, not the Dragon Ball art. They got cute girls, you know what I'm saying? But they also have epic, like these backgrounds were always so sick to me. Like, how did they get these backgrounds? Just those awesome architectural drawings that they would do. Sick stuff. Yeah. Anyways. I'm gonna make myself small again. Alright. Do you listen to all the musicians that were referenced? I do not. I mean, actually, in retrospect, I don't think there's any music reference that I heard that I didn't know. It's not necessarily what I sit around listening to. Is that a screwdriver? It is. It's a special screwdriver, though. It is a mango orange juice citron vodka drink screwdriver. So very citrusy. Yeah, make you look a lot younger on camera. Really? Well, I appreciate that. Guys, I gotta say, I'm getting old. I hope you guys I'm gonna stop telling people my birthdays because I'm done. Did you go through your layers? I did not yet, Senor Bubbles. I would be happy to. Is there a particular layer you would like to see? I would be happy to dig through this thing with you guys. If you don't listen to Dio, I've listened to Dio. I know Dio. I know Metallica, Manowar, fucking all good stuff. Was there ever a stand Manowar? Because there should have been. There should have been. I don't know if anybody saw. Not the reverse. Hey, what's up, Gage? I look 10.
I'm only 10 years old.
Here, I wanted to show one thing in particular. Well, actually, you know what? Real quick. I'm gonna show you guys some shit that was all that I messed up. Okay? I think it's important for you guys to see how I messed up in my anime. I'm gonna show you all the mess ups, okay? These are all the things I noticed after the animation was done. You ready? Here we go. Joey on his arm, on his left arm, does not have a card shooter. Okay? No card shooter. Also, in this shot, Yugi is wearing his sleeves. And he has a card shooter. It's actually pretty detailed, too. There's even, I don't know if you saw, no one would even see this, but there was like, the buttons under his pants were even there, but you wouldn't see any of that. It happens too fast. It happens in like 2 seconds. It's just like, boom. Whop. Anyways. Here, no card shooter, right? That's fine. And then Yugi with his sleeves off. Yeah. So, wrong shot. Here he's got his sleeves off again, so we're back. We're good here. We're good. He looks pretty sexy, but his head is huge. That's only if you zoom in. You wouldn't normally see that. Alright. Card shooter. Oh, also, no card shooter. I fucking forgot it. Card deck. Card blaster. Somebody fucking tell me what it's called. And this was actually fairly detailed, but no one would ever see it. I mean, I tried to even draw like inside of it too. But, you know, it happened so fast, you never see really anything. Dual disc, that's right, dual disc. And then they even had like the dual discs with the chain. They could like whip them out. Taylor, thanks. Womp womp. They could like fucking throw it out. Like Roadhog. Okay. So we go from having one to just not anymore, but that's fine. I mean, that's the point of the parody, isn't that it's completely accurate. Also, one thing I noticed, and I just decided to fuck it and not give a shit, but Joey doesn't have his necklace. Normally he has like a little, like, I don't know, some of you guys probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But normally he has like a little, like, it's like this, I'll draw it real quick. So anyways, he has like this, it's like a dog tag, but not really, or something. Anyways, yeah. So normally he has like a little thing on his neck, but I didn't do it, and then like eventually I was just like, nah, I'm not even going there, dude. Also, Yugi usually has like a whole bunch of lines on his face, and I was just like, I don't know. Because, like, they would do this thing, they'd have like all these tiny little lines, like everywhere, like all over his face. I don't know why. It looks weird to me. All right, next. More mess ups. More mess ups. Are you ready? This was all perfect. Dick butt was perfect. Actually, Dick butt wasn't perfect. Burb. Eat some nards. Will do, brother. Thanks. So when I drew the initial dick butt, I actually forgot to. Yeah, I'm just gonna make a whole layer for notes. There we go. This is our notes layer. So anyways, I actually forgot the other dick butt. Or I forgot the dick in the butt. What was the whole point of dick butt if I didn't have another dick in his butt? It was just dick with a butt, I guess. Somebody pointed that out on Twitter. So thank you. Oh, this is fun. This is actually something I wanted to show you guys. This is something I actually thought was kind of cool. So, this 3D, or this, fuck! Sorry. This thing. I'm gonna turn the fan back on. Alright. So, if you guys can watch the background. The background specifically in this, okay? You see that? That looks, in my opinion, I'm actually, look, I'm not bragging. This is not low-key. I'm just saying, I thought this looked pretty cool. Right? Looked pretty cool to me. And now, in the video, it's so close that you can't actually see the outside. So it looks like this. In fact, I'm going to get rid of this guy. And I just want you to look at it for a second. It kind of, it looks kind of like a thing. It looks kind of legit. But this is why I thought it was cool. Because this layer is actually... We got a regular! The bot's working. It's working. All right, so what you were seeing was this.
Wow, you fucking whore.
Wow, what a meanie. Why is she calling her that? It is actually just this PNG that's been skewed. The PNG is actually a circle. I just drew this in like Photoshop. That's it. It was just a circle, and I tried to make it look like a spiral, whatever, right? But then I just tacked another one on top, and then I had a dark background, and I rotated them at different speeds, so when the illusion is that it's actually in 3D, because if you see it, it's actually just the same image. It just kind of rotated. But one's like this big, one's this big, and one's this big, or whatever. Not exactly like this, but you get my point. And they're all rotating at different speeds, so it kind of gives it like this 3D feel. But it was all just one graphic I did with one PNG, and then it kind of actually looks like a semi-legit 3D thingy. I am getting tipsy, guys. God, I haven't drank in a while. Okay, anyways, next. What else? Dick butt. Dick butt has no shadow, but I guess you never see the ground for him anyway. This was not the card I used. This was a placeholder card. Never mind. This was the video section where Shad beat my ass with Viv and Perry, Tomar, and Louie is her name. She's also working on Vivzy Pop's pilot that she's doing called Has Been Hotel. Pretty sick shit. I will not surpass Corey. I'll surpass Corey, the 3D artist, with my 2D tricks. Doubtful. All right. This shot was actually me trying to do the meme face, and then I was just like, I didn't want to do the exact meme face, so I tried to not create my own meme face, just referencing it, but not doing that face, because I didn't like it. Anyways. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is what it looked like before all the 3D stuff. Just cards would just flip in. Like that. There you go. So thank you, Dark Ages Corey, for your beautiful shit. If you guys don't know who Corey Dark Ages is, you might know who, and I hate to do this, I thought Corey left, so hopefully he won't take offense. Family Jewels. Wait, is that the real Family Jewels? Because I was going to say, actually, I shouldn't even say. They're friends. Anyways. So. Okay. Alright, Jules, sorry. I got a little excited there. Anyways, yeah. It's good to see you, buddy. Hopefully I'll see you down in SD. Oh, it's fake? It's fraud? Never mind. That's a bummer. It is weird that he would show up. It is, okay. You know what? I don't even care. If it is Family Jewels, everything I said stands. It's. I hope to see him in San Diego, and it's great to see him. If it's not him, then hopefully he'll hear it one day. This was yep, blah blah blah, same shit. The cultural you got it, buddy. Well, Megan's coming up this weekend, so maybe next. We'll see. Family Jewels is one of the most talented guitarists in the world ever. animated, it's just 2 frames. But still. Like, nobody sees this. Nobody sees this. You're focusing on her. You're focusing here. You're focusing right in the special place. You're not looking at this dude over here, kicking his legs around like a dingo. Anyways. But you do it anyway, right? Because if there's nothing in the background, it looks weird. Alright. Some people were complaining that the Dark Magician girl in this cartoon looks like the card rather than the anime, because in the anime she looks completely different. My point is that it would make no sense if she held up the card next to her face. For me, at least, the joke was that she was holding up a picture of herself next to herself. But I get why people were upset. Of course, any fandom is always going to get upset if you're not loyal. And I think that is it. That's it. I don't know if I have any. There's a few little trinkets. You know what? They're not in this file. They're in another file. But they were like extra backgrounds. Initially, the backgrounds of the church were based on the 3 dragons. How do I get into this image? Anyways, yeah, this church background, all the stained glass windows were supposed to be the three dragons from, I think, season 5. But it looked weird. It just didn't look right. I don't know if there's a whole lot of other trinkets in here. I think I showed you most of it. I'm just gonna go through it real quick. And then we're gonna catch up and talk and chill. I might as well show you guys the symbols larger, so I'm gonna go through my symbols. Here you go. A little symbol, a little symbol. Here you go, boom. Here you go. The thing about the symbols is a lot of times there's obviously a lot of animation within the symbols, but they're there. There's a lot of fun little pics that like you would never see all of that, you know? He was hidden behind a girl and, you know, I don't know. Yeah, thumbs up, buddy. Yu-Gi-Oh! You saw a lot. Yeah, that was the full Judgman priest. But he was so tiny in the actual shot. I mean, he's so tiny in the actual shot. There's the original dick button there. Let's see. Oh yeah, the chest. Parts of things. Shading. Fuck shading. There's this new show called Last Man. Mondo Media put it out. And it actually looks sick. The direction is sick. The backgrounds are incredible. But the action, in terms of like how the art direction is just out of this world. Last Man. Check it out on YouTube. Some people probably won't like the art style because it's different. I don't know how to explain it. It's like anime. It's like Western anime clip art, but animated. It's weird, but it works in my opinion. The voice acting's cool. The general design is awesome. Yeah. I think that's. Oh, this guy. Nobody even saw that guy. Nobody even knew that guy was there. Parts of things. Yeah. Big hair. My favorite. And I think that's it. Alright. There you go. The end. That was Yu-Gi-Oh! In a nutshell. Excellent. So, enough of that. Now it's time for you guys. So sorry if I missed anything. I'm here. I'm back. Master of Puppets is awesome, dude. Master of Puppets is, I mean, that was the thing about Metallica back in the day. They just had like these beautiful intros and having like 2 potential leads. It was sick, dude. Sneak in a background character. I could, for sure. I definitely thought about adding, I mean, I don't know if I have the images here, but all of the not all the cards. One of the cards definitely was a bit meme. I don't know. I'm not bragging about that, but it was a bit memey. I'm gonna see if I can find it, drag it in just real quick. That'll be the last thing. The Sphere Karibo I had was based off of Little Karibo, just because he's been doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge for so long. I figured a nod was a respectful thing to do. Let's see if I can find it. Excuse me! What the fuck are the cards? Tragedy, there it is. That's the one. Alright, let's drag it in. So this was the Tragedy card. Now I know it's very dark, so it's hard to see. I'm going to make a symbol and brighten it up a little bit. I'm going to brighten up just a little bit. But for all of you memers at home, you might be able to tell this is based off of a meme. I don't know how proud I am of that. I'm trying to find the original card. That is not the original card. That's the original card. Alright, here we go. Why can't I move? Move! Gosh darn it. Alright. Well, it's kind of hard to see in this way. Go away. There we go. Alright. So I don't know if you can see. Okay. You don't get it? You may not get it. You may not. So the original card is this one. Right here. This like dark man looking dude. And then you got this girl freaking out. On this side, we've got this guy, which is actually Inspector Gadget holding a brown brick. So some of you are not aware of this meme, and that's fine. It's good, actually. Good for you. Good for you. But I could not. Yeah, Last Man Sick, dude. You divided. You support. You silly. So, anyways, a lot of people would never have seen this because it happened so fast, and it was meant to look like this guy, who, I mean, he does. He looks like Darkman. If you don't know who Darkman is, it's from a comic. Liam Neeson, I think, played him in the actual live-action film, which was trash, except for the scene where he lifts up a sewer manhole lid and reflects all the bullets and kills people. Anyways, yeah. So that was the meme. I had to redo the art for all the cards. I didn't want to like use the art from the actual thing. But yeah, Chad had mentioned that it was so subtle that people wouldn't even see it, and I assumed that was going to be the case. But I was also okay with that. But yeah, I just like evil Inspector Gadget with a brick about to clobber a woman, and the card is named Tragedy. Oh, you noticed Inspector Gadget, but not the brown bricks? Hey, you were close. Yeah. So little shit like that. There's little tricks, little trick or treats for folks. I think that's it. That's it on this. Is this Motorhead? What is this? Am I ever going to release the pictures of the cards? Yeah, you know, I actually, I did post them on Twitter, but I was thinking about just putting them in like an open post on like Patreon or something. I don't really have like, I've had blogs before, but I always leave them. I guess I could put them on my site or something for download. I don't really have a lot of things I'd imagine people would want to download, but yeah, I could throw that out there. Yeah, it's... Or printing them. I thought about it too. I don't know, because the Chubby Blubby Angel Buffet and the Cosmic Cultural Appropriation were original spells that I did have fun animating, or at least drawing. I just don't know. I don't know exactly like how even people would want this type of art. You know, just such a... I mean, do you want this on a poster? Would you want this on a poster? Is that what you're asking for? You know? Like, I don't even know. Like, I know, like, I don't know. With, like, certain, like, Chris can make a t-shirt for Wingardium Leviosa of, like, funny faces, right? Of, like, Ron or whatever. Or Zach can do his Gremblo thing, or, you know, whatever. But I don't know. I don't feel like any of the stuff I do is really made for that. Like, it's not really particularly shareable. It's more of just like a part of the thing. It's not like meme material. It's more just like a part of it. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. Fuck all the yeses. I'd be surprised. Okay, well, maybe. Just do Gremblo. It's true. I don't have time to do Gremblo, unfortunately. I have to pay my bills with other bullshit. And not bullshit. I like the projects that I get to pick the projects I work on, and that makes me happy. I don't have a steady paycheck, which is a little stressful, but I'm okay because the projects are fine. But the projects I want to do aren't necessarily those. I want to make my own thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, how long you streaming? Well, it's only 6:48, and we started at 6. So it hasn't even been an hour. That's incredible. That's incredible that it hasn't been an hour. You know, it's amazing how long a stream goes when there's not a whole bunch of moving images. Though, technically, I'm a moving image, and so is the shit I've been showing. Mick only makes family-friendly cartoons. That is not true. That isn't true at all. Though, I want to. Here's the thing. I think if you can make a quote-unquote family-friendly cartoon, but make it funny for everybody, then that's the challenge, right? Like, how do you do that? Is that possible? Someone could say that's impossible. You can't make it family-friendly and funny for obviously not everyone. You can never make anything for everyone. But you know what I mean? For like a general audience. And I think Ren and Stimpy, despite John Kay's reputation, when he had a studio over him, I thought Ren and Stimpy definitely covered a ground. Obviously, parents didn't like Ren and Stimpy, but I felt like that was one of the cartoons that it could be shown to kids, but there was something about it. You know what I mean? He had to be creative about how he shared things. Or you know what? South Park, I guess, isn't necessarily family friendly, but it is in a way. I don't know. I'd much rather be in that camp one day down the line. You know what I'm saying? But anyways. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Have you ever seen Cow and Chicken? There was a Cow and Chicken episode. I rewatched most of Cow and Chicken about a year ago. And there was an episode where Cow bites off her tongue and her tongue runs away, and he's like this shitty little asshole. He's like, yeah, I'm out of here. And he just runs off. And then she like goes, the whole episode is about her trying to find her tongue. And she ends up going to, her and Chicken end up going to a whole bunch of different restaurants. And they go to like this pulled pork place. And she sees somebody eating like a pork tongue. And she thinks it's her tongue, so she grabs it, she puts it in her mouth, and she starts oinking like a pig, you know, stuff like that. So every tongue she grabs, that's the sound she makes. But she eventually goes to a Chinese restaurant in the cartoon. And if you don't believe me, you can check it out. I'm sure you do believe me because it's not that big of a deal. But she goes to a Chinese restaurant, and there's somebody eating some food, and there's a tongue on the plate, and she puts it in her mouth, and she starts barking like a dog. Now, I wasn't offended so much as I was surprised. I was like, okay, I get, yeah, you know what? I grew up during that time. I guess I didn't care when I saw it. Never even occurred to me. Like as a kid, and I'm Chinese. I never even, when I saw it, because I saw that episode when I was a kid. Never occurred to me that it was a problem. But it's interesting now, I think, that a lot of the people that grew up with cartoons as kids could possibly grow up into extremely sensitive, hyper aware, I don't know, almost like people who like seek out drama. And I'm not taking away from actual issues. I'm just saying that I think that there are people who either they're bored or they're insecure or they need to feel like they're a part of something where they're just like looking for problems so they can have a cause or they can be on the right side of a cause. And I've noticed that with a lot of cartoons, unfortunately, on both sides, you know, like who gives a shit if Korra has a girlfriend or, you know, vice versa, if the hero is a dude who saves a girl, you know, like both arguments, just shut the fuck up, you know, like that's that story. Let it be that story, you know. It's not really, you're not, you didn't write it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. It's not like it's influencing the entire fucking world. It's just a story. So, yeah. But yeah, with that one, when I noticed that, it just occurred to me and I kind of thought about it, like, it sucks. And when I was talking about the filter, right? The filter that people are seeing things through, like the cosmic cultural appropriation filter, that I even for a second had to second guess it in that, are people going to try to make this a social issue and take away from just the cartoon? Because the cartoon has nothing to do with that, and I don't want it to do anything with that. But the concern was just even naming it that, would it then become a focus? And it didn't. Thank God it didn't. Real talk. That's why we got the real talk. It's called fucking daddy issues. Yeah, some people have them. Yeah, I definitely, I don't know if it's so much the internet's fault. You know, it's funny, kid, bro. I spoke with Shad about this because Shad was talking about how the internet's like the best thing ever, and it's really helped mankind and people and society. And my opinion is yes, on some part it has. Obviously, sharing information is great. The ability to express yourself and share that with people. All I was trying to say when I spoke with him was that I do think the internet has allowed a lot of fringe elements. And if anyone here is a flat earther, I apologize, but I completely disagree with flat earthers. I've actually flown across the globe and I was playing with toys and I also read comics the entire time. I went from New York to England to China to Seattle and there was no holograms. They were different places. And I don't know. It really, I feel like anyone who's actually a flat earther has never traveled, has never actually gone somewhere. But the internet has allowed these people who don't go anywhere to kind of consolidate their thought process and you know, like no, they can find a place where people don't necessarily disagree with them, so they can all just agree. And then what's it called? When you give yourself what's it called when you give yourself evidence that just proves the point you were trying to make? God, what's it fucking called? Sorry again, brain farts. It's not self-serving. It's not echo chamber, bias confirmation. Correct. Thank you. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah. Circle jerk. Yeah. Bias confirmation. That's it. Yeah. So, and it's just like, I think the internet has allowed certain groups that would have kind of just petered out. Like, we all have thoughts. We all have we all have like these, I don't know. I feel like there's misinformation. Like, here's the example, right? Like, my dad can beat up your dad. Back in the day, it was just my dad could beat up your dad, shut the fuck up, and then we all got over it. My dad never beat up your dad, and your dad never beat up my dad, and then we all just forgot about it, and we became adults, and we realized that's a stupid thing to say. My dad would never fight your dad. I mean, obviously, some people are like, my dad did fight somebody's dad. But my point is that for the most part, just the idea of my dad can beat up your dad is something that when you're young and you have a perception of your dad can beating up other dads rather than their dads can beating up your dad, whatever, you grow out of it, right? Time passes. You learn a lesson. But imagine there was a forum. My dad can beat up your dad. Then I go to a forum online as a kid, and everybody in that forum goes, fuck yeah, your dad could beat up his dad easy. In fact, I got pictures. I got pictures of your dad beating up his dad. Oh, yeah. No, I do. Oh, no. They're going to say they're fake. They're real. Oh, yeah. And if you see pictures of him beating up your dad, totally fake. Photoshopped. Guaranteed. Government conspiracy. And that's, to me, the problem is like, you're not allowing people to just grow out of stupid ideas. And in my opinion, yes, flat earth and a number of ideas are stupid. Obviously, drawing that line is a dangerous line, right? I think subjective lines are dangerous in terms of race, religion, ideas of what certain things are. But the earth is a globe, and I've been around it, so it's a fact. Shut the fuck up. That's a fact. There's no debate. You know what I mean? Like, you can say I got gassed and there were holograms. You're a fucking idiot. If that was the case, seriously, why are our iPhones this big and my cars can't drive themselves and my can't fly? Shut up, you know? But that's my point, is that in terms of the internet and in terms of how people think and how these extremist ideas, these like all white men are racist rapers and should be killed, or all women in games are, you know, whatever, tit showing, money like they can't actually like game, any fringe idea that you have, right? It's or that you hear about. I don't know. And I'm not saying that there aren't some crazy things happening. I'm sure there's crazy shit. There is weird, conspiratorial, bad things happening. Yes. But I do think the internet has allowed those ideas to not just continue to exist rather than go extinct, but I think they've allowed them to actually become exacerbated and grow in certain ways too. Anyways, sorry, I got off on side tangent. The only reason why I brought it up is because I feel like it affects my cartoons. Okay? I don't want to have to worry about your politics when I make my cartoons. You fuckers. I just want to make a lol. Maybe an XD or two. You know what I'm saying? Take my shirt off. Divided, this is not the good old days. There was an old time. There was a day way back when I had a fan. I had a fan like 3 feet from me on stream. And it wasn't on stream, actually. It was Was it just like a Skype call? I think it was just a Skype call with patrons. And I, for some reason, and somebody captured the GIF of it, but I grabbed the fan and I just bashed it against my chest until the fan broke. And it was like a standing one. I was drunk. I was stupid. And divided, I'm not going there. I'm sorry. I'm not going there. 12-hour streams. Yes, those were the days. Those weren't streams. I have done a 12-hour stream, but those were just Skype calls. Tunes. It's all your fault, flat earthers. No. No, man. I just feel bad for him. I don't hate him. I just feel bad. I don't want to make fun of him. It's stupid, but, you know, obviously they believe it for a reason. Is there a music problem? What happened? What happened with the music? I turned my music off. Oh, shit. Sorry. Who put this on? Nice. Oh, this was divided, of course. This is in my SoundCloud feed. No! Look, the one thing I will say is that I follow and am friends with a lot of people that have very, very, very different opinions than me. And that's not low-key humble brag. That's just life. Like, I've always had that. I've had people that are super religious, and I'm not religious at all. And I've had people that are really right. I was married to a conservative whose dad said the N-word all the fucking time. What's up, Zebra? I take that back. He didn't say it all the time. He said it a couple times during basketball games specifically. But that's not my thing. And like, even on the podcast, this N-word issue, the guys have said it before. I just prefer not to say it. I never reprimand them. I've never been like, please don't say that. I don't need to say it myself. Just like if somebody needs to eat fucking chocolate covered lard chunks, go for it, dude. I don't need to do it. It's fine, you know. Or you know what? Sorry, if someone wants to eat vegan food, something super healthy, I don't fucking care. Go, but I'm not gonna. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that kind of discourse has been missing for a while. I would like to believe that you guys, and I've seen it on Twitter. I have. And I've seen it in my Discord, and I've seen it with just conversations, but a lot of you guys are a lot more willing to have discussions about things, and I appreciate that. This is not like our chat here on Twitch, our chat on Discord is not just a meme factory of fucking extremist, biased opinions. It tends to be a little bit more balanced. It tends to be. And I appreciate that. No, vegan's fine, you know? It's just, I think the issue I have with anybody is like, if you're going to be a vegan, you go be a vegan. But if you're going to reprimand somebody else for not being a vegan, that's when it's politely go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's bad for me to drink the milk of an animal, personally. I understand you can go way deep into it. Factories get involved, and they do all these nasty things, and that's shitty. But I'm not going to feel bad if I just go into the forest and I find, like, honey and shit and eat it. Hey, Ellie! Speaking of honey, what's up, hon? You know, all of those were a bad vegan argument. I know Normie wasn't really talking about vegan, but if there was a video, this young lady posted, apparently she got a ton of hate from the vegan community because she eats eggs. And they were saying that she was forcing her chickens to lay eggs. It's on Twitter somewhere. And then her response video was her going into her own chicken coop and sitting there screaming at her chickens to lay eggs. And them not laying eggs, obviously. But then there were some eggs there, and then those are the ones she used. And it's like, the idea that, like, I understand, yes, people do terrible things to animals in order to get shit out of them. But to have a basic principle of putting people on the cross because they happen to eat a certain food without having any consideration of where they actually got it. That, to me, is where you go from an ideal that you're trying to follow, like I'm trying to eat this way because I don't want to hurt animals or take from them, to an extremist view where everybody else is the enemy. Do you know what I mean? Ooh, this sounds fun. I like this. What is this? Chicken abortions. Dude, their abortions are our breakfast. Thank you, chickens. You know you'd eat that. It would be some kind of like veal egg. It would be some malformed egg that's really soft. There would be a French chef that made some delectable delight out of that. You know that would happen. That would be a thing. If it was a thing. After watching the Yu-Gi-Oh animation, it made me go out and buy 1 pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. You got a Dark Magician girl? And a Dark Magician? Fuck you. You did not. You're a liar. You're a big liar. I want to see these cards. I don't believe you. That's awesome if you did, though. Those are 2 actually decent cards, aren't they? I think they are. I don't even buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I buy the digital ones from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links game, which are just... You end up spending just as much fucking money, dude. Ghost, what's up? You just wanna say hi. You're a cutie. Stop it. They aren't abortions. No, okay, listen. I'd much rather eat a chicken abortion than a chicken, period. I'm sure there's some nutritional value to both, but just me personally. Yeah. No. Duel Links, they're pretty generous with their digital cards. But if you're trying to build a deck, you're gonna spend money, and they know it. They know it. They were at Comic-Con in full force, and they should have been. It's a fun game. And the whole thing about Yu-Gi-Oh was I never knew if when I played the actual card game, I never knew if people were cheating, because sometimes there was so much happening. I'd have to like do the math and like, wait, give me, I gotta read the card. Let me see the card. You know what I mean? Like there was just so much thought. But when you play Duel Links, the game just does it. You try to do a move, they're like, you can't do that. Stop it. Stop fooling, dude. Or it'll just calculate all the shit for you, and you're like, thank you, I appreciate that. I'm bad at, tipping shit like that. Rhubarb, thanks for coming by. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Dark Sage? Is that a thing? Bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Please post them on Twitter and tag me. I would love to see bootleg Yu-Gi-Oh cards. How many clones of yourself would it take to kill a gorilla? Unarmed? Obviously, I don't know. I don't know how strong a gorilla is. I would say... You say unarmed, but that doesn't mean I can't, like, use rocks and, like, push over trees and dig a hole. If I could do all those things, I think maybe 3. If I trained 2 of me could take down a full-grown gorilla. If I was in the woods, I think I could muster up something. Ever played Forbidden Memories? That game had fully animated monster attacks for all of them, including the shitty ones. I'd love to see it. Forbidden Memories. I'm gonna write it down. I'm assuming it's sprite animation, but I'm not sure if it's like pixely sprite animation or like, more modern-y stuff. Otherwise, it's like 3D animation, I guess, but I doubt that. Forbidden Memories. We'll check out. Synchro summoning. Is that a new thing? Synchro summoning? Is that a new thing that they added? I know they changed some of the rules recently, and I have not played for a little bit. Unless you're talking about like synchro summoning, like not like on your first turn, right? Though no, there are some cards you could actually summon on your first turn, or monster effects at least that you can do on your first turn. Dark Magician with Time Wizard. Buddy Rich, is that what we got right now? Nice. It's sick. I love it. It's super chill. Perfect chill. Good chill. Street Fighter practice arena. Oh. Interesting. CYX summoning broke the Zodiacs. No. Or the Zodiacs. No. Is this new? Is that on Duel Links? The latest time I loaded up Duel Links, there was like a weird story mode between like Mokuba and Joey or some shit. A bootleg store. I love how you got bootleg cards at a bootleg store. It's like you go to the actual store, and it's not like GameStop. It's like Stop Game. Game Stump. Fire King. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining the crew. 8 mix could sure... No, 8 mix could stop a gorilla easy. There's no debate about that. 5 absolute... In a physical contest, maybe not. Unless I was willing to sacrifice a whole bunch. Just like, hey, 5 of us, 4 of you guys, just... You're gonna die. But just grab onto him as hard as you can and bite into his neck as hard as you can. Whoever gets the biggest gash out of his neck, you got to take your hand and shove it into that gash and reach in as far as you can and grab as many veins, hopefully get an artery and just rip them out. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause you got to survive, right? Yeah, Duel Link is fusion. Yeah. The newest Link summoning, pendulum summoning. Yeah, I'm still a nerd about all this shit. I just play the game and hope it works. And it does! Alright, Mick, the last video game character you played as is now coming to kill you. But the one you played before is training you. You have a week to prepare. So the last... Fuck. So the last video game character you played... Wait, you mean voiced or played? I think you mean played. I don't know if you meant like played, like you played this guy. Sorry, I'm confused. Mick, a deer? Okay, a gorilla. Oh, I'd take down it. I would go one-on-one with a deer. Oh, that I played? Oh, that's tough. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon on my iPad during breaks. It's a good game to take a good 5-minute break here and there between stuff. And people were talking about how hard Darkest Dungeon is. And honestly, I think getting started is a little rough because your characters are all weak and getting fucked up all the time. But by the time they get kind of in the middle, you're fine. Like, you just pad them out and heal them when you gotta, and you know, it's really not that bad. In the beginning, it sucks. I'm sure if you started up a stream and was like, "Hey, I'm playing Darkest Dungeons. Check this shit out," you play for, you know, an hour and be like, "This game's hard." But I didn't. Yeah, I don't know. I've only lost a couple of people. I think I got lucky. I kind of figured out you need a healer. You need like a multi-bleeder, a multi-blighter. This is a sick fucking song. This is a sick song. Yeah, you need someone who can do like cross shit. You need a lot of stunners. Stunners who can heal. Attackers that can stun. And then you've got a team. And then that's it. You're pretty much good to go. Only people legends I have heard of that can kill animals with pure hands were Samson and Hercules. This is true, but I haven't had a chance yet. So we're gonna get there. Lady, what's up? Lady Gray, it's been a while. Someone, what is the main character of the last video game that you played that was the previous main character of the game you played prior to that? And if The main character that I played previously is leaving a train station at 45 miles an hour, and the character that I played after that character leaves a separate train station 10 miles away at 20 miles an hour. I get another drink. I'll be right back. B.O.B. Alright, this is last and final. If you see me drinking on stream after this drink, then please unfollow and send me a sternly worded email about my alcoholism. IO, let's go. This is not a drunk stream. This was never going to be a drunk stream. We just caught up. People are putting on music, but we caught up. We went through the file, the Yu-Gi-Oh cartoon that I put out last, a couple weeks ago. Kind of showing all the mistakes, some of the extra layers, some additional details that people maybe didn't catch, stuff like that. And then I went off on a weird rant about how I'm bummed out that it's hard to even make jokes or make cartoons that have nothing to do with what's going on without it being seen through the filter of what's going on. And that what I think is going on, and the reason why it's going on the way it is going on, is because there are so many bubbles, which is good and bad in its ways. There's benefits and whatnot. And then, yeah, just blabbering on about other stuff. But, I don't know, I feel like this is a creative stream. I feel like... I mean, I did just want to chill and say, hey, what's up, Bubbles? I did just want to hang out with you guys and catch up, but I haven't really told you about what's up next. No. Good question. Don't hate to ask that. Scooby Doops asks, how did Mix give... Wait, never mind. This is a different question than I thought. But did Mick give any word on the next SleepyCast? Oh, no. Yes, so I stopped by... Hold on a sec. Skabundo. Just, I'm going up one. Oh, yeah, by the way, if you tag me, I'll actually see your shit. Are the card effects used in the animation real effects? The first couple are... Sphere, Karibo, and Tragedy are... Cosmic Cultural Appropriation and Chubby Blubby Angel Buffet were made-up cards that I made up. So those effects are not real. But again, if you've seen the anime, it almost seems like the effects they have aren't real either. It's like, and Dark Magician is my friend, so he attacks you directly. It's like, okay, dude, come on, man. That's not how this game goes. Yeah. Next, what was it? Is that Avocado? Oh, no. Is Avocado here? Or unless you were talking about something else, because there is a person called Avocado who comes by our streams. What else? Oh, the card effect. Oh, no. I just answered that. Oh, that's the same question. Squeeze is out and I fucking missed it. Good night. That's what happens when it takes so long. I missed a donation! Fuck! What was it? Was it announced by the bot? Fuck. Well, I'm sorry I missed that. I appreciate it. God damn it. What was that video of the two people fighting in Yu-Gi-Oh? Blank face. That was me approaching Perry, Tomar, and Louis, filmed by Vivzy Pop, and then Shad comes up behind me and he broke a fucking beer bottle. This was all one take. That was one take, and we could only do one take because he broke his beer bottle. I guess we could have done it again, but I just felt so bad because there were people watching, like, in the alley. I was like, okay, we should probably wrap this up. I will stay hydrated, I promise. Anyways, yeah. So that it was Shad beating me up along with everybody else. Did Yogi Mission actually get backlash? It did not actually get backlash. Not that I've noticed. I haven't gotten to the comments for a while. Normally, whenever I make a video, I usually, or if I'm a part of a video, so if I do like an Oni Plays or something, the day it's released or the first 2 days, I'll check in on it, see if there's any questions. I'll try to reply to as many people as I can, and then obviously over time, it's just I gotta move on. But for those first couple days, I try to be present and, you know. And the thing is like when you answer one person and you don't answer other people, then you end up start feeling like, I don't know, it feels weird. Like if somebody hates on it and you say something like, well, and you try to explain it, then it's almost like, well, you're only really responding to haters. In which case, it's almost like you're rewarding haters. And that's not the case. Or someone says something nice and you reply back and you're like, hey, thanks for the nice comment. Then it's almost just like you're thanking people. Like you're only rewarding people who say nice things. You know what I mean? Like, so then I just decided a long time ago that if I release a cartoon or if I'm part of a video, when I reply to comments, I just go down the entire fucking thing. It doesn't matter if it's troll, if it's a spam, if it's anything, if it's a real question, whatever. Just answer everything I can see in the time that I have. That just made sense to me. Whatever. Obviously, I don't have all the time in the world to do that, so if I'm going to dedicate a chunk of time, it's just like I get 2 days to just, you know, and it's not 2 whole days. Just for 2 days, I'll check in on it and answer things, if that makes sense. Stay hydrated. Absolutely. It was announced. You drunk ass. Would you be down for another comedy sketch like Potato Salad? Absolutely. I mean, the whole point of SleepyCabin was that we were going to do that. We were going to do more of those. That was really, that was around that time. I don't know if you remember, but like Chris and Stamper were shooting a bunch of things, and they shot some stuff with Maxwell TV. Maxwell TV? Super talented guy. If I got the name wrong, I apologize. But really young, very talented. And I never met him, but they did stuff with him. And yeah, the whole point was that there was going to be more video content, more cartoon stuff, the puppet stuff. When I showed up to Philly, there was a bunch of footage of, and there still is, of all these puppet things that they did, that they filmed, that never made it to the internet. And you know, the thing about these guys like Stamper or Chris is that they're very much, I don't want to say they're perfectionists. Yes, they're perfectionists. They're people who don't like to release things unless they feel like 100% about it. And that's great. That's what makes the stuff that they produce so good. It is a little unfortunate though when there was like content that I felt could have been released that may or may not have been, you know, the thing is like I still think people would have loved it. You know, that's why, that was the only reason why I pushed for it, because I was watching it, I was like, some of the stuff, it was like, this is fucking hilarious, and it's like, yeah, but I don't like this, I don't like that. It's like, what if we hire an editor? What if we hire somebody to take care of this? I was like, yeah, and it's like, okay. I mean, clear, you know, you can't fault anyone for that. The reason why we appreciate for everything we see, for everything you see from a lot of the creators that you like, except for maybe people that are forced to create daily content because that's their job. They have to make stuff. But for anyone who makes content that's like, you know, a month out, like, or 2 months out or whatever, you can't really, that's what makes it so good, is that people take the time to be that diligent about it. And even as a third party, if you're like, man, that would have been great if you released it, it's really not anyone's place to say that, you know? It's like, it's their stuff, you know what I'm saying? Even though, man, it would be so cool. I think people would have enjoyed so many of those things, you know? But, yeah. Niall and Stamper were abusing each other with glass bulbs. Yes, they were. And I thought they were so dumb. So I could not express how dumb I thought that was. It was silly. Yeah. Nice Jump asks, is Stamper like okay? The vids he posts on Twitter are slightly concerning. Yeah, no, I heard the song. I was like, hey. And Nice Jump put the song on too, apparently. Yeah, Stamper's fine. I mean, Stamper, you know? He's who he is. Nobody tells Stamper what to do. I think the people that care about him most and the people that understand him most know that you can't tell Stamper what to do. And some people would argue that that's enabling him, or that's just kind of staying on the sidelines. But I would say that if you know anything about Stamper, the best way to make, if you're worried about him, the best way to turn him off or to make him, you know, whatever, if you're asking him not to do something, the best way to make him do more of it is to tell him not to do it, essentially. I think it's just part of his nature, you know, like he's a strong personality. He's a genius. He's a genius. And there are a lot of things I wish he didn't do, but at the same time, the things that he has done that isn't in his weird Twitter videos, the things that he does like on his own or with his friends, like he's been the most supportive. Like some people say like, wow, what he does is so crazy, I'm so worried. But at the same time, and that's the negative side, right? At the same time, he will be that crazily supportive or positive or helpful. You know what I mean? Like, who would just say, someone who's going to put on a creepy mask and scream at a dog and yell at the cops? That's a little crazy, right? Not a lot of people do that. But not a lot of people say, oh, hey, I hear you got trouble at your home and you need to get out of that situation. I'm going to get in my Jeep and drive 19 hours and I'm going to help you move. And I told him not to, but he was going to do it. So I think it's the idea just that, like, that extremism that we worry about, because, yes, we do see some of the negative sides of it. There's definitely that extreme positive side of it, which is why the people that love him so much. His fans, I don't know. And I want to be a dick. And I'm going to be a dick. This is being a dick. I think some of his fans are fucking assholes. I think when they see him do a 24-hour stream, or when they see him get really trashed on stream and they're celebrating it and they want him to do it more and they're cheering him on and telling him to get more drunk, fuck them. That's my opinion. That is not taking care of somebody that you, like, already, Mr. Cool. Mr. Cool fucks around with me all the time. But yet, one of the first things he says, and he's one of the first people to say, I'm sure, hey, let's have a drunk stream. But he's also saying, make sure you get hydrated. But I've seen a lot of supporters of people who have more extreme personalities want the extreme. They want to see the extreme, right? And so if somebody gets drunk or if they do something crazy, that's what they come for, and they want more of that. They don't care what the stakes are for the person involved. And I think that's dangerous. This Ice Poseidon guy that I hear about, I don't even watch his shit, but Shad's talked about it. And it's like setting this precedent of like life is Jackass, where it's like, yeah, hey, if you donate $500, you can punch me in the face. That's my life. Yeah, I wake up every day and I'm just a punching bag for my life. Yeah. And it's like, okay, it's fine for you, dude. Like Ice Poseidon or whatever his name is, I don't care. Go do that. Fine. But Stamper is my friend, and I actually care about him. And if I ever saw anyone promoting that or asking for that or pushing for that, I would tell them to fuck off. Stamper's a genius and funny without that shit. He doesn't need to be in the worst condition anyone's seen or to make weird videos for people to like him. And in fact, on Twitter, when he does that, I wish more people would be like, what the fuck is this? And some of you guys have. Because the funniest Stamper has been to me is when he's not out of his mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, the work he's done on Pit People, fucking incredible. When he did his voicing for people, he obviously did it sober. He wasn't drunk in a fucking booth, and he's a genius. His artwork, he cannot animate drunk. The artwork he did, amazing. So all the things that people make excuses for in terms of like, oh yeah, we want to see this crazy wild side of somebody, it's like you can ask for that, but you're not asking for the best of somebody. You're asking for the worst of somebody, and you're trying to, I don't know, like relish in that somebody else can be weirder, wilder, and that, oh, you wish you could be that weird and wild because somebody else is willing to do it. But the things that really make them special, the things that really make them so incredible are the things they do when they're not in that state. Sorry, I got real passionate about that. You guys know what I'm talking about, though? Does that make sense? Did any of that make sense? Just saying. I mean, I am concerned only because I feel like so many people enable it and they're okay with it and they ask for it. People on Twitter and all this shit, people asking for people to act like idiots and go far beyond and lose themselves because it's entertaining rather than being like, I feel like most of you guys, almost everyone that I've dealt with in terms of the supporters that I've had and the friends that I've had and the colleagues I've had have all been super supportive in terms of making stuff. That's what they're supportive about. If I went to YouTube and streamed on YouTube, I could expect just a regular slew of get fucking wasted, get fucking stupid, blah, blah, blah. And yes, obviously I have supporters and friends that do like me drunk. I'm a little bit more animated, fine. But nobody likes me super trash because it gets ugly. But that said, I think that sometimes the supporters of people, I just wish, when somebody said I was concerned, I am. Because I do feel like Stamper is one of the people that is willing to go to the edge. And the people that like to watch, some of the people, not all, some people are concerned, but some of the people that like to watch him just like to watch him walk up to the edge. It's like watching somebody walk up to the edge of a mountain and they're just rubbing their hands waiting for somebody to fucking fall off. And if he falls off, they're sad, but you know what I mean? Like, if you really, the people that really know and respect certain creators, especially Stamper, know that the best work he ever made was not, and maybe he had a few beers, maybe he did whatever he did, but he was not necessarily as crazy as people want him to be in the crazy scenarios he's shown on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? The end. Anyways, love him. Hopefully I'll see him soon. I saw him at Megan's birthday like 2 weeks ago. He looks good. He looks super skinny, but he looks good. Yeah. The only time I encourage Mick to drink more is because he has fun. Or seems to. Okay, I do have more fun when I'm drinking, but certain other people, like myself, Megan, and others, have to deal with my shit. Like if I get bad. I have a great time when I'm drunk, except for a few times when I've explained why I had a bad time. I'm normally a very good drunk. The problem is that I wake up and then I have a shitty fucking day after. That's the biggest issue. Okay, so how is Zach? All his drunk shenanigans are worse than from what I've seen on Stamper, or what I've seen of Stamper, and he's being pretty quiet about his current situation besides talking about Grumbler. So, as far as Zach is concerned, I'm not here to give gossip on people. Stamper is my brother in a lot of ways. He is someone I would literally, if somebody said, hey, I'm going to stab, if they said they were going to shoot him in the head or I could shoot you in the head, I wouldn't necessarily say, yeah, go ahead, shoot me in the head. But if they said they were going to stab him, I would take a stab. Unless they said they were going to stab me in the head. I love him. But it's not just like, hey, kill me, please. If they said, yes, a knife will... I would take his place in a very shitty situation, is what I would say. With Zach, this is different. Because not because I don't love Zach, I do. But what you're asking is more kind of like... not rumor, but more like, hey, what's going on? And it's not my place to say, is what I'm saying. He contacted me last week, wanted to do something. He contacted a bunch of people, so he's active. Yeah, he's active. I know he wanted to stream. He showed, you know what? He showed some progress on Twitter of some drawings he's been doing, so he's okay. He was a little out of commission for a while. He had his own issues. He's got his own things going on. Gremblo, I know, is a thing that he's been running and working on. So, yeah. But in terms of his drunk shenanigans, not my place to say. Mr. Cool, I said it a few times. I want you to have fun, but if you're doing shit that could potentially seriously harm you, that's where you draw the line. Thank you. Appreciate it. And that's exactly what I would expect you guys... Look, the same behavior you would expect from your friends is what I would hope you expect from me. So something like this. When you're hanging out with your friends and you're drinking, everyone's having a good time, great. You're not going to sit there and be like, dude, you should probably stop drinking, man, because everyone's having a good time. But if somebody starts... If you're worried about your friend, then I feel like there shouldn't be a filter of the chat, right? Or the filter of a camera even. Like, I would like us to deal with each other like we deal with people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to talk to you guys like I talk to my friends. And when I see you guys, and if anyone here has actually met me, Gage is here, Divided, you're fucking off and who knows where. But, like, you know, when you guys actually meet me, I try to... It's not like I try. I just try in life to make this conversation to be as much of the conversation as it is when I meet you guys. And I love meeting you guys, by the way. This is a fact. I will have lunch with you. I will have drinks with you if you're in town. I can't really travel a whole lot. But if you're in town, I will come out and meet people. I'm more than happy to meet people. Also, Gage, I think you owe me... I think you owe me a lunch because I paid for the last one. But, yeah. My point being that... Yeah. Boom. It's understandable. That's why I don't get stupid fried anymore. Puked a couple times and it was embarrassing. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've had my embarrassing shit. You know, it's so easy to get fried on a stream because you have the glass, you have the drink, you have the booze, you've got the adrenaline. You're seeing so many people. You're talking to so many people. And it's so easy. I mean, I've got the bottle. I'm not buying drinks. I'm not waiting for the bartender. They're not watering down my shit. You know what I'm saying? And it gets a little dangerous, but I appreciate people looking out. I would look out for you, but I also buy you a drink too. Walrus. Speaking of Zach, are you considering doing a Schmucks? Going on Schmucks, that's not actually my choice. That's Zach's choice. We talked about it. I know he had Lyle. But the truth is, I work with Zach on other things. And we haven't, I mean, we've talked about Schmucks, but we've been talking about a lot of other things. I mean, the truth is, I don't think I'd be a good guest on Schmucks. I'm not nearly as controversial as anybody would want. Like, the conversation Zach and I would have would be a lot more just about us and about, I guess we could probably talk about politics and stuff like that, but I don't really know how much people like that. I'm not the most, like, you know, faux pas, irreverent, you know, like having like a Chris Ray gun or having a or a Lyle, you're going to get something kind of controversial. Having a H3H3 or having a Justin Roiland, you're going to have like celebrity power and stuff like that. I'm neither of those things, really. I'm just his friend, you know? And I don't want to push myself on that. We did SleepyCast, you know? I'm more of a straight man. And when Zach runs his podcast, he's the straight man. So if anything, he probably needs like either famous or like personality extreme guests, you know? If anything, I'm the cooler in the room. I'm the one who like people are going nuts and I'm trying to like calm people down. Except for that panel where I was an asshole. Hands down. But that's not what I'm aiming to be as a person. So, yeah. Boom. I was talking about weed. The same principle, I guess. Haha. Blankface says, you going to any of the PAXs this year? This year? Blankface. Blankface. This year is 2017. Blankface. There's been 4 PAXs. They're all done. Blankface. They're done. He had Michael from Vsauce. That's true. But Michael is not only famous, and that doesn't really matter to me as far as Michael's concerned. He's fucking smart, fun. Like, he's the guy that, like, if you ever just hang out with someone, he just says like fun, you just grab some vodka and he's like, you know that the alcohol content of vodka has been used to clean the satellites from space jizz. That's a fact. And I'd be like, I believe you. Like, he just fucking everything he says is fucking cool. Good for him. I like him. I love his shit. Random cool facts. Not political tirades, not YouTube drama, just, and look, Neil deGrasse Tyson, cool. He does get involved in shit, but that's because people draw him into shit. But I feel like Vsauce is just pure, fun, cool, weird shit. Look at this water that turns into metal and explodes. Love it. I love that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, Michael's cool. Group dad. Group normie dad. No nuggets here. I'm sorry. Blank face. Blah. You meant next year. Yes. Probably. It depends on how things go. I've got Pom Super Sale that I really got to get off the ground. Obviously, that's a money thing. I got to figure out my life. I don't have a paycheck. I have no steady paychecks in my life. It's all based on independent projects. And I've been okay. Every month I've had something. You know, whether it's like a nice voiceover gig or a commission video gig. But, you know, they take up a good chunk of the month, and then I only get so much time to work on my own cartoons. But I work from home, so I can't complain. But yeah, as far as having the funds to just bounce around, it's always tough. Let's see. Skaboomba! One day, he's just going to lie to you about something and you're going to look like a big Dumbo! It's true. It's absolutely true. Also, the wonderful Mr. Noob says, Space Jizz, new band name. Space Jizz! I feel like you could fucking open for Ninja Sex Party. And not just because I think they're awesome, but Space Jizz opening for Ninja Sex Party sounds like a perfect fucking combo. If not just a song that they would have made. Anyways. Scoob, really late, but I just listened to you on Ricepirate podcast with Dave and Tennant. Oh yeah, if you don't know, Dave, I call him Dave Chappelle, but that's not his name. But he has a podcast called Ricepirate. Feel free to put the link in the chat. Nobody needs to click it. It's just in case people are curious what it is. Dave does these podcasts. He did it with Lyle. He's done it with a bunch of people, actually. A lot of people you guys might know. But he does a podcast where they talk about horror movies. They end up talking about a lot of other things, too. But the whole point is that they're talking about horror movies. That's kind of the idea of the podcast, horror-based podcast, which is actually really fun. So, yeah. And The Tenant is a Roman Polanski film. If you've seen The Piano, which was an Oscar-winning film back in the day, that was kind of horror. There's like suspense horror. But The Tenant, Roman Polanski's done a bunch of other films that have been a lot more kind of psychological in terms of horror and stuff. But yeah, divided by one. Speaking of projects, what's next? Good question. Megan's also here. Next project. So there's two things. In terms of personal projects, it's Pon Pon, and that's me finalizing the script for the first episode, as well as So mainly the 3D. Okay, so the 3D thing is really kind of getting to me. Scudbutt is my guy, and that's not the problem. The problem is whether or not where I'm going with this in terms of style, and not even the backgrounds, but the art style. So I've been fiddling with the art style for the longest time, but after seeing Last Man, I'm really thinking about this no shading style, because they did a no shading style that I thought worked really, really good, and it would save just so much fucking time. So yeah, Pon Pon and a JoJo parody, but Pon Pon mostly. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a hard question. It seems like a simple question, but that's the personal side of it. The only reason why it's a hard question is because right now I also have Scott Roofing, which is a commercial project. These commercial projects, by the way, when I talk about them, it's not like I'm making like fucking 30 grand or something. It's like, you know, a couple of grand here or there. It pays my rent, it pays my bills, and it keeps me going for the month. But it also takes the whole fucking month, so I don't necessarily have a whole lot of time to be working on other things other than like auditions and maybe some other voicing stuff. So my own cartoons kind of get put to the side, unfortunately. But I am working on that, and that's the only other one because I finished the solar thing. So Pon Pon is there, and the JoJo parody is there as well. I wish I had a more positive answer, like a more like, hey, yeah, everything's, our idea is fucking happening. I don't know. I want to do more shorts. I want to find a way for us to do more shorts on stream. Ideas, make stupid shorts, really scratchy, gross, just like if they're funny, that's all that matters. You know what I mean? I keep saying that. I keep aiming for, yeah, we'll make this really quick project. We'll do a 24-hour stream, and then it ends up being like 3 weeks because I have to finalize shit and I get all like detail oriented, but it's like, and that's fine. I'm not upset that happens. I'm upset that the goal is not reached and that I can't do that and do bigger projects. I'd love to be able to do a bigger project and do these smaller, sketchier projects. Almost like when Chris and Zach did Improbables. Just like short, goofy sketches. You know what I mean? That don't need to be like colored and shaded and all these frames and all that kind of stuff. Walrus asks, oh wait, hold on. Skaboomba. Have I written the script with chat? Yes. I've written lots of scripts with the Twitch chat. And YouTube does not always get it. But I will tell you, I have loved every single time. We did 3 of them. We did Adam Sandler and Rob Schneider as a merman, which he then has to kill out of mercy. We did Stinky Food Man, which was a rotting seafood man who makes everybody barf. and die. And then we did the ice cream, the ice KKK cream guy, who is a black man who runs an ice cream truck, who then serves ice cream to a KKK rally that all turn out to be aliens from a sex shop. So, they were all fun, in my opinion. I love doing them. And we did, they just took longer and longer, unfortunately. But yeah, they were fun. I loved doing that. But stuff like that, obviously, it just takes time that I don't necessarily have. So, Walrus, what's my favorite JoJo part? So far, it's 4. It is. It was 3 for the longest time, just because the epicness. It's 4 because of, if you cut out all the fat of 4, it's 4. People are gonna say 8. People are gonna say Steel Ball Run. Few people say Geo. But, whatever. Is this Tool? What the fuck is this? What's, okay, let's see. Keep up the good work. Hellmaker, thank you very much. Just trying to do the thing. Humor Face. Make a Corey in the house animation. I feel like if anyone's going to do something like that, Paulson, a.k.a. Screwits, is going to do that. If you guys don't know Screwits, if you guys like Spaz Kid Corey, Spaz Kid in 3D, Paulson or Screwits was like the protege of that style. Like, really, it reminded, in fact, some of the things looked exactly like it, which is a great compliment. It's not an easy thing to do. Corey's an amazing animator. Maynard's vocals on song is amazing. Sweet. My personal favorite is 8. Yeah. So some people say it's 8. Yeah. I assume that was the case. A lot of people are liking 8. But to me, honestly, and if anyone's a JoJo fan, to me, 8 is the new 4. And if you're a JoJo fan, you might know what that means. I've been a freelancer for 10 years. You've got the right attitude. Yes. It is the attitude of you just keep doing what you love and making time for the things you like. It is a very nomadic, almost mercenary life. You're hunting for work. Oh, you're a JoJo fan, Megan? But yeah, you're just hunting for the next job. You're hoping for, you know what I mean, that month's gonna work out. Some months are bad, and then some months are great. Some months you don't find anything, and then fine, work on your shit. Make that your month, and then other months you're just crammed with other people's work, and you don't get to your stuff. And then there are streamers who do sleep challenges where it's like, hey, the challenge is that we make $5,000 while I sleep on a stream. And that's a thing too. But yeah, I'm not bitter so much as I'm not. I can only just shake my head. I don't even think they're idiots. I don't think anyone's an idiot. Hey, you do your thing and people pay you for that, I guess. But it is a little mind-boggling, And do you feel like a sucker because you want to work and you want to make something rather than just, I don't know. No. I'm not jealous of that. I'm too old to be jealous of people doing stupid things when they're young. That happens all the time. But I would imagine that, here's my thing. You only got so much time. I thought I was 25 forever, and now I'm almost 40, right? Like, I'm old. I'm almost there. But like, I feel like if I chase something like that, I could wake up one day. If I was chasing the 5K challenge while I sleep, or that kind of lifestyle, I could be the age I am now and at the end of the day, I'd have nothing. I'd have nothing valuable. And again, this isn't me like trying to sub-tweet, sub-insult people, but I do think that if you, obviously a lot of these people, if you're popular enough, you can do anything. You could set your dick on fire, you could have people punch you in the face, you could do any of these things, and you can get paid lots of money, either through donations or whatever. And that's fine, like you may even get an agent from that. You may get popular and super famous from that. You could have all the opportunities in the world. But a lot of people won't. And a lot of people, even if you do, kind of get opportunities. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I just personally, I don't think I could ever, I just, like, I don't like to, I never borrow money from friends. I just feel like that's borrowing money from life. I feel like that's you taking a loan out when you do shit like that. And it's not. There is no karma. There is no hell or heaven, in my opinion. But me personally, based on the way my heart and my mind works, there is a karmic, self-imposed karmic balance where I just feel like that wouldn't work for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just could not look in the mirror and be like, hey, I'm okay with myself because this is how I make my living. And that, again, that has nothing to do with other people. They can do whatever the hell they want. And other people can be entertained by that, and I'm sure they are. And great. That's cool, dude. But I only have this much time on Earth. And there are shows and movies and series and cartoons and comics and songs and people and things I want to just be a part of and things I want to do that do not include that. And it does not pay well. I take that back. It can pay well for a lot of people, and that was not take that back. Sorry. The one thing I hate ever doing is sounding like I'm in a situation where I need help, because I don't. None of us do. None of us are in that situation. Fuck, I take that back too. Some of us are in that situation. Like Puerto Rico and shit. I'm not in that situation. I'm fine. I have commissions I could do. It's really about me choosing whether or not I want to do commissions or my own stuff. I'm fine in life, okay? But my point is that I'd much rather focus on working with you guys, working on ideas that excite people in a positive, creative way, less than a, hey, watch me set myself on fire. And if I do a stream or if I do a project and I'm not setting myself on fire, everyone gets disappointed. You know what I mean? Like that's super sad. That's pathetically sad. That somebody just wants, like, your fan base or people want to see you fail or want to see you hurt yourself. That's not what I'd ever want. I'd want people to say, where's that cartoon series? Where's that project? Where's that huge thing that you were aiming for? I know it's huge, it's crazy, and it's almost impossible, but where is it? Go for it. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is cool. I'm not Puerto Rico. I'm sorry, Puerto Rico. Yo, we got a lot of friends. We got a lot of friends either from Puerto Rico or with relatives in Puerto Rico, dude. It's the real deal. Make me some silly moving pictures. Yes, that's what I want to do. Sorry, Dave, what was it? Don't know if my question went through, but how much longer are you planning to stream? Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you, Mr. Dave? By the way, Mr. Dave is the creator of the Ricepirate, which is what's tracking people to become like regulars and stuff. So if you come to enough streams, again, come to whatever streams you want to come to. But if you come to enough of them, then you become a regular, and then there are certain things like you can request songs and stuff. But that's really about it, right? Like they can request songs, and then they're also regulars. I'm not trying to underplay any of this stuff. I'm just trying not to oversell any of this stuff because you guys do your thing. Inkle Dink's already got a song. Oh my gosh, those are some butts. Those are butts. Those are butts. Sinister. That's interesting that cheers show up in that thing by default. Thank you, Sinister. I appreciate it. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I almost missed some stuff. Noob asks, that's why I feel so bad for people like Filthy Frank. People who have an insane talent, who are actually intelligent people, but their fans just want to see them do weird autistic shit all the time and nothing else. You are absolutely 1,000% correct. Filthy Frank is fucking so talented. So talented. And is a great guy. I have not met him, but I've seen some things from him, and I'm friends with John, and John speaks highly of him, and I've only heard good things. So I can only assume he's a great guy. I tend to go from a innocent till proven guilty kind of thing. I've heard great things from everyone who knows him. I've not heard one bad thing about Filthy Frank once. He's also been in Astoria, which is where I lived for a long time. But yeah, I heard about when he tried to make stuff that was a little bit more serious or a little bit more honest, and people were like, feels bad, man. Total normie shit. Oh, fuck. This is bad. Bad. You know, it's just like, if that's all you're looking for, if you're just looking for a train wreck, as politely as I could say, is just, you know, fuck off. Politely. That's a polite fuck off. I'm like, fuck off. It's like, come on, dude. Fuck off. You know, nice pluck off. Anyways, yeah. Blank face. The world is a constant act of everything pushing on you and you holding it up like Atlas. Well, a little bit. I mean, oh my god, Grembo has a fucking icon? Blank face? I didn't see that. Okay, as far as the Atlas thing, I guess it's kind of true. If you think about, so what was the law? It was one of Newton's laws, right? Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So if you think about theoretically, not physically, not mathematically, but in a spiritual sense, your whole life, you move forward, right? Your whole life, you wake up, you get out of bed, you rise from your bed, you walk forward, right? You build things, you create things, you move forward. But if the laws of energy are correct, that means for every time you rise out of bed, there's energies forcing you back equally to stay in bed. And for every time you create something, complete something, a homework assignment, you jog a lap in physical education, you help somebody across the street, there's an equal and opposite reaction to everything you're doing. There's a negative thing. No good deed goes unpunished. Now, I'm not saying that's the case, okay? Obviously, it's spiritually, not mathematically. But it is interesting to think about. How about Shad? He's also an edgelord. Yes, he's an edgelord. I love him to death. Best roommate I ever had. Love him. Great guy. Take a bullet for him. I think he's an edgelord. He's also, though, one of the most generous. He's a generous guy. And he is a very thoughtful person. And he's a good person. His morality compass, I've said this before, is in a very, very solid place compared to a lot of people who conceive themselves, or at least perceive themselves to others as being a good person. He doesn't even try. It's not like he's convinced anyone. If anything, he's convincing everyone he's not. But the truth is, he really I'm happy to talk with you guys, especially if I meet you guys at like a con, or if you guys are in town, or if you guys are supporters or on Discord. I just like to talk to people in general. But yeah, I've done it for school projects, for podcasts, lots of them. I never push myself on them though. The whole Oni Plays thing was Chris texted and was like, hey, I know you like Bloodborne. We want to play Bloodborne. Will you play Bloodborne? And I was like, yep, of course. I love Bloodborne. So that was that. But we did mention, we spoke recently. He mentioned another recording session. We still need to finish Bloodborne. But I don't know. I don't like to push myself on podcasts. I think it might be a residual from when I did SleepyCabin. A lot of people thought that I was like supplanting myself into the SleepyCabin podcast, replacing people, and subsequently ruining the podcast. But if anybody actually knew what was happening, which those people clearly did not, was that there weren't enough people for those podcasts. And in order for them to actually happen, I would show up. And in some cases, there were podcasts where I was in the background. And the only reason why I was in the background was because I showed up with the equipment and set it up for everybody else. And then we had enough guests, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go work on my thing. You guys do the podcast. I'll just set it up. You guys do it. And then I'll edit it afterwards, or Niall would help me edit it as well. But I think there was this weird perception that like I was trying to inject myself into podcasts. If anything, it was the opposite. I was begging to get fucking people to make this thing, put these things together, because the fans were just like fucking going nuts about who was in these podcasts. And then whether I was in them or not, apparently I was still the fall guy. I was still the problem. Whatever. That's the internet. That happens. Let's see. Boombox. Erasing. Yes. Well, yeah. Can't really erase that shit. Waves. Also hi from Croc. First stream. Butts mode was activated. What actually happened? What actually happened with Butts mode activated? Ike. People aren't dumb. People aren't dumb. They're just informed as much as they are. I don't think any of those people, if they actually knew what was going on, would think that. But because they don't know, and because they have no desire to know, that's what they're going to assume. And that's just what happens. We all do it. You know, the best example? Here's an example. I remember this when I lived in New York. So some of you may have heard this. If you guys ever been on a subway or public transit, like a bus, something, if you haven't, it might be kind of hard to understand. But there's a guy in a subway, and he's looking really disheveled. He looks like shit. And he's got two kids, and they're pulling on each other's hair. They're screaming, and they're yelling. They're just, God, they're so fucking loud. And people are trying to get to work. They're trying to just to get on the train. They just don't give a shit. Like, they're just like, what is this, dude? And they see that that's the dad. And the dad looks over at the kids. His eyes are dead. He just doesn't care. He's looking at them. They're just screaming and yelling and being assholes. And he just looks over at them, and he looks back down at the ground. People are like, dude, this guy gave up. And then some person, finally, a brave citizen, stands up, walks up to the man and goes, "Excuse me, sir, but could you chill your kids? I mean, could you tell them to be quiet? I mean, they are out of control. You know, the whole subway is just, I mean, these kids are just screaming and overacting. The dad just literally looks like he doesn't give a shit. And then the guy looks up at this person and says, "I'm really sorry. You're right. Their mother died yesterday. And they've been really active. And I don't really know what to say to them." And it's one of those moments, you know, like you think like you see a situation and you think you know, right? Like, what the fuck is this? What, like, why is this way? Why can't you deal with this? And yet, you know, I supplanted the kids into the ground. But that situation, like the way I said it, and I want you to know, that is how you feel, or how people sometimes feel when you don't know what someone else's situation is. You know, and it could just be you. It could be you. Your grandma died. You're something happened. And you're in a way, you're in a place, you feel a way, and people look at you and they assume something's happening. That happens, it happens a lot. Anyways. I'm not good people. I just try to be good people, which is the best that I can be. I'm sure I fuck up. That reminds me of something Noam Chomsky said along the lines of, I can't get mad at people for having a so-called stupid opinion because their opinions are perfectly intelligent from their point. Yeah, exactly. It's like we can all assume that from our perspective, we know the facts. We know what's going on. You approach somebody and you say, dude, what the fuck? And then they explain to you what's up, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? But of course that's how we live. That's how else can you live? You cannot doubt every moment of your life. You can't sympathize with every human at the same time. That's impossible. Your mind will explode. You can't feel sorry for every bad act that happens. Your heart will implode. You can't, you know what I mean? You have to find a way to traverse through this stuff, but try to have an open mind. So at the very least, maybe you don't necessarily have the worst opinion of things, but maybe you have an open mind that might be the case. It's a dangerous balance, because there's lots of people I try to give a lot of leeway to. There's this guy, Destiny. You guys know Destiny? He had like a rant that he went on, and he's one of these people that, like, I wanted to believe was just, you know, just talking shit. Like, who cares? Just talking shit. Who cares? But it was someone who decided to, even despite people providing information and oh, bye, Megan. I'll see you tomorrow. No, I'll see you Saturday, hon. I'll talk to you tomorrow. But it just bummed me out that, like, this was someone with an audience that spoke from a place of impartiality. At least it seemed that was the ruse. That was the snake oil. That they were speaking from a place and no one better. But then just kind of spouting off things that were completely inaccurate, that were proven to be inaccurate, like visually and verbally and everything. And the only response was, you're a bunch of crybabies, not, oh shit, I guess I was wrong. And to me, that is a fundamental problem, especially for someone like that, because that guy actually goes around doing that exact same thing. He tries to act as though he's some kind of rational oasis that points out other people who are somehow factually, you know, enabled, that they're in bubbles and all that kind of stuff. When the fact is, this very person is a part of the problem. You know, like, I know he's more left-leaning than right. I'm more left-leaning than right. But I can't watch anything this person does or says without cringing. And it's interesting when people... That's the danger, when people think they have an open mind, when they clearly do not. That their motives are not about conversation. Their motives are not about discussion or understanding. Their motives are about profit or power or feeling as though they're the ones on top, that they know better, and now you know better because you're following them. I know better than those people, now you do too because you follow me. You know what I'm saying? And I would never say that, ever. That doesn't make me better than him, by the way, at all, in any way. I'm just saying, I appreciate that the people that I know that are on my Discord will tell me I'm wrong about shit. In my chat, all that shit. That you guys have your own opinions about everything, and I want that. Please. Trump supporters. Please. Trump haters, Buddhists, Christians, Muslims, everything. Fucking vegans. I don't get it, but fine. Yes. Why does that have to be a divisionary point? Why can't we just get along on other things? Why does me not being the thing that you are have to be the reason why we can't be? I am getting tipsy. Night. Oh, fuck. Sinister left. Shit. Sinister, good night. Sorry if I missed that. Hold on. I'm going to scroll up real quick in case I missed anything. Listen to your woman. Drink some water. I will. Absolutely. I will drink some water. Megan, she's hollering. Yes, sorry, Megan. You got finances? Okay. Sorry about that. Admitting fault is hard. Yes, it can be if you take fault personally. Fault is only personal if you put all your eggs in that basket. Like, I can say, based on the information that I know, X is true, right? And I believe that. My dad can beat your dad up. We're going back to it. Based on the information that I know, my dad can beat your dad up. I've seen my dad. He's buff. He's cool. He's fucking strong. He drives me to school. He makes me peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I ask him a question, he has an answer. And when he's mad at me, I'm scared. My dad fucking knows, right? But that's what I know. I can't be mad at somebody. I can't, if I find out he's wrong, if I find out he got beat up, like, I'll probably try not to accept it, but I think people just know what they know. And yes, people, as they get older, some people, this is what happens when you get older, in my opinion. You either become better at accepting the facts as they occur and working them into your greater narrative of life. Like, I didn't know that. I was wrong about that. Nope, that doesn't exist. That does exist. Didn't know that. You work it into your narrative. Or you're someone who, that doesn't work in my narrative. That doesn't exist. And both of those things happen with people. And obviously there's the middle ground. People do both. But those are the extremes, I think. There are people that are just constantly kind of absorbing new information, and they kind of morph and change, and like, hey, everything's up to debate, and I love talking about things, whatever. And there are people like, this is not the narrative, fuck off, you're wrong, you're a sinner, or you're an idiot, you're a cuck, you're whatever. It's just, this is not my narrative. This is my narrative, and it doesn't fit. Fuck off, Let's see. I follow a lot of people with different opinions on Twitter. It's important to be able to... Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I agree. I say following all the news outlets, the ones you think are fake and the ones you think are real. Follow them all. It's interesting. And I think it's healthy. Especially if you don't go into it thinking, this is all lies. Just give everything a chance. Because everybody is giving you a biased opinion. You can argue that someone is giving you a lie or a biased opinion, but everyone is giving you a biased opinion. So my opinion, my most unbiased opinion is to go into everything, listening to both sides and figuring out the thing that makes the most sense to you, not just one side. Oh, fuck, I missed a lot of shit. Noob says, I think I've given up on groups or sides or allegiances. Most of the time they just end up a game of Call of Duty with 12-year-olds. That's not to say that the middle answer isn't always right. It's most of the pageantry associated with picking sides ends up destroying the conversation. Yes, in my opinion, exact same thing. Most of the time when you can say like, hey, I'm a really strong feminist, or I'm a very strong like pro-rights person or something. Or you can say I'm a very strong pro-white, whatever the case may be. Hey, I'm someone that hates it that everyone on the internet thinks that I'm white and a male, therefore I should die. Or, hey, I'm a girl, I should not be in video games and go fuck myself. These extremes, these extremes that exist, yes, these are picking sides, and it fucking sucks, because they're all fucking stupid, in my opinion. In their opinion, probably not. But in my opinion, I think that's fucking stupid. But unfortunately, that's where we're at. Kolmala. It's a point of pride for some. They refuse to budge. Yes, it absolutely is a point of pride. And this is the thing. So, I was actually thinking about this recently, Kolmala. We talk about the importance of being involved. We talk about the importance of being a part of something and the importance of a cause, right? That's important. We talk about it all the time. People Facebook, they retweet these things. They do the ice bucket challenge. It's important to be a part of something. And yet, people talk about how divided we are. They talk about how Trump's divided the nation and all that kind of stuff. Now, me personally, yes, I believe that's the case. I do believe that there's been a lot of division. This is a great song, by the way. However, I will say that there is nothing more unifying in terms of the feeling that you have in your heart of being unified than being divided. When some people become divided, especially into very discrete groups, one or two, there's nothing more unifying than being a part of that group. So someone can say, hey, this leader is dividing us. But then other people will say, I've never felt more united. I've never felt more part of a cause than since this person. You know what I mean? Because that's what happens. You know, it's like substitute teacher or like some shit. You know what I'm saying? And so it becomes difficult to argue with people who become a part of a cause. Now, whether it's like Antifa, like kill Nazis, or the fucking neo-Nazis, like, you know, doing their fucking burning torches and shit, like, both sides, as far as I'm concerned, should fuck off. That's my opinion. I think the whole Antifa thing, they're just as bad as, you know, you can call it what it is. Peaceful protest, that, heroes to me. The NFL shit, I know people are tired. They're tired of that shit. But I do think that is important as an adult. And yes, because if they can't protest in the streets, if they can't protest in other ways, if they're going to take a knee, let them fucking just take a knee. That's the most silent fucking protest. It only lasts during the national anthem. Why are you fucking taking that away? Just, that blows my mind. You're going to... Anyways. So, and if for some reason you have a problem with that, then fine. Have a problem with that. You want to boycott the NFL? Boycott the NFL. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, everyone, you got to do your thing. I get bummed out when I feel like these extremes that seem so bizarre from any kind of objective standpoint are actually the norm for a group. When I see a girl walk out with this all white guy should die shit, or when I see like a group of people with fucking Nazi flags and fucking Kekistani flags and shit, I'm just like, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? You know what I'm saying? That's just me though. And I'm sure there's somebody that's like, you don't get it. You just don't get it. I would argue that they're probably younger than me, but I don't want to make it an age thing because that's ageist. And I know for a fact that there are people way younger than me that understand how fucking stupid that shit is. But yeah. Height machine. This is as close as I can get. I agree with you that you are saying 100%, but I think it becomes a huge problem that when these groups become so divided from everyone else, when someone has the smallest opposing opinion, they are seen as the epitome of evil. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. If Simon today, thanks for John. Again. No, you're right. Absolutely. If I went on Twitter right now, because I'm half Chinese, Taiwanese, half white. I have never even met my white family. I met my dad, my biological father once. It was weird. He already had a new daughter and a new wife. Whatever. I was 7. He gave me Trivial Pursuit for my birthday. I could barely read the fucking cards, let alone know who the World Series pitcher fucking for the Mets of 1972 was. But I consider myself more Chinese than anything else. But if I went on Twitter right now and said, I'm proud. No. If I said, not even that I'm proud. If I said, I'm okay being white, and I'm okay being male, and I'm okay being straight, and I love y'all. If I wrote that tweet right now, I think we all know what would happen. There would be a backlash. Now, all of these things are true. I am proud of being white. I am proud of being male, and I am proud of being straight. Not proud, I guess, of being straight. I'm proud of my family, and I'm proud of, where I came from. I'm okay with all these things, I guess. If I just said I was okay with all these things, I guess proud is a little weird. Proud is almost like that it's better than, like I have pride that it's better than these things. So I'll just say that I'm okay with these things, that I'm good with these things, that I'm happy with these things because I'm happy with who I am. If I said I was happy with those things right now on social media, there is a group of people that would fucking decimate that. They would turn it into an ugly, gross fucking thing. And it sucks because I would hope that anyone could say that I'm happy to be black, I'm happy to be gay, I'm happy to be Asian, I'm happy to be whatever the fuck I am. I hope you're happy being who you are. You should be. And if anyone said that, and if anyone decided that it was their job to put you in your fucking place, that makes me sad. It makes me sad. You should be happy to be a girl who's Muslim and can't draw but is really good at hula hoops. I don't fucking care. You should be proud of just who you are. I guess if someone could take that to the next level. Oh yeah, I'm proud of being a fucking murderer and I fucking rape kids. No. Things that don't hurt people, I would hope. But things that are who you are, things that are positive, things that are just either who you are or things that are positive. You know what I mean? Oh, Jeff showed up right during my emotional speech. Jeff shows up. Oh. When are you going? When I'm at my funeral? God, who fucking knows, dude? Soon. Probably probably soon. I don't know. I don't know if I'm just fucking preaching to the choir or sounding like or screaming into a wall. I would believe that most of you guys here know exactly what I'm talking about. I'd like to believe that. I always like to believe that. I don't know. There's just so many fucking stupid people who want to get angry at things. Versus, I wish there were more people that were less angry with everything and more happy with who they were. And not happy like pat yourself on the back, I'm so good. Just people who weren't just so like self-hating, cynical. I don't know, just people who could just see better. I don't know. I just saw that aggro ninja tweet or post. Sorry, I'm on Twitter so much. All I see everything is tweets. Dude, no. Jeff does not speak with vocal fry. Jeff speaks with vocal simmer. Personally, says Blankface, I find race to be the most petty thing to find a serious one to be fought over because of the different races and the result of groups of millions of years, blah, blah, blah. Yes, absolutely. And I'll tell you this, Blankface, going to school, international school, and again, this is not a low-key thing. I will just say, I mean, I've been a minority my whole fucking life, and I will say that mixed shit is so much a part of it, and so many cultures, for the most part, didn't care, and there were people that did, but just the race thing is really... Okay, in Malaysia, if you don't know Malaysia, like I lived in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia was annexed by the British, like Hong Kong and India. So Britain went around taking over a bunch of country. They colonized a bunch of places, right? So within the culture, there was this whole thing about white people because of the British. That was their issue, was the British came and took over and did the shit. So the weird thing, which isn't that weird, it's totally normal if you think about it, is when Americans or Canadians or Australians or South Africans or Germans or any other Anglo race or anyone looking like an Anglo motherfucker showed up in Malaysia, you were a bad guy because they were used to the British. That is racism. That is them assuming that because, look, South African, well, whatever, I guess you could argue that they had their own thing. Look, I'm just saying, there's a lot of people that had nothing to do with colonialism in Malaysia, but when they show up, and yes, you could backtrack and say, well, you know, the fucking Spaniards and the Americans colonized or whatever are just as bad. You could say that, but they're not the same people. My point is that people who didn't commit crimes were being pinpointed for crimes they didn't commit based on race. And the same thing happens here. We see somebody with a turban in New York, and everybody fucking freaks out that there's some jihadist Muslim showing up, and it's like, dude, I'm a fucking Hindu, motherfucker. You know, like, I have nothing to do with this. Our country shows hot chicks, necks, legs, and kissing. And yet, you thought they were Muslim. No, wrong. You know, like, we all do it. They do it, we do it. But for any of us to go into it thinking we are so right, that's the problem. And I'm not saying you shouldn't have strong values. I'm saying you should have an open fucking mind. And you get that when you move around. You get that when you meet people from other places. You're like, fuck, dude. I'm not going to lie. I thought you looked like a fucking terrorist. You're like, are you fucking kidding me, dude? I watch Hollywood movies. We watch Bollywood movies. Our movie stars get killed by Muslim extremists because they're so fucking sexy and doing shit. Are you kidding? But when you see them and you're not aware or not exposed to it, you don't know. Ugh. Yes, Shad was here for a second. I love when people said hi to Shad. I ran out of drink a while ago. Anyways, guys, this was supposed to be chill. I hope it was chill. I know there was some talk about things that weren't as chill. I apologize. Shad wrote, so Mick, if you think people should be so proud about themselves, what about fat people? You know what? If you're a fat person, I mean, obviously he's not hearing this now. He probably left already. But if you're a quote-unquote fat person and you're okay with who you are, then good. Be fine with it. And proud, I took proud back. It was happy with. I take proud back. It's happy with. If you're okay with. Because that's, at the end of the day, when you're staring up at the sky and it's your last minutes of life, you only got a few minutes left of life. A few seconds of coherent life. I mean, some people, your mind might be gone. But imagine you only got a few moments of life. You can be proud of yourself, sure. That would be great. But I think more importantly is that you're happy with yourself. That in the very last few moments, you're happy. You're not necessarily bragging about all the things you did, but you're happy. You're happy. You did what you did. You did the best you could. You experienced life. And yes, there were plenty of things you didn't experience, plenty of things you didn't do. But of the things you did do, you did the best you could. You relaxed, you had fun, you lived, you loved. And that was it. That's my opinion. Oh, proud of something you were born with. Oh, fuck. Shad is here. Fuck Shad. Shad, by the way, Shad's lying. He doesn't have 10 fingers. He has 9. Actually, everyone has 8 fingers and 2 thumbs, but Shad has 9 fingers. He has actually an 11th digit. It's why he draws as fast as he does. He never talks about it because he thinks it's gross looking. Honestly, I think it looks kind of cool. It looks almost like a dead, it almost looks like a spot, like a splinter off of his finger. It kind of just dangles off of there, and he likes to flick it while he's working. You haven't seen it because that's why he wears gloves when he does his streams. But he's the man with 11 fingers, I guess. Whatever. Yeah. But it's cool. I think it's cool. I think it makes him special. At the end of life, with no regrets. Yeah, dude. Regrets? Fuck regrets, dude. Look, you can't turn back time. At least not now. Not scientifically. And if you can't turn back time, why have a regret? You can't. You literally cannot turn back time, and a regret is about wanting something not to happen. A regret is the literal want of not wanting something to happen. That is the opposite of productive. Just take the shitty thing that happened and make it better. Be better. Make it a better situation. Do better. Change your ways. Whatever the fuck. You have a regret. My regret was that I didn't animate enough. I didn't draw enough. When I was in college, I did too many drugs. So what do? I try my best to draw and animate as much as I can now. It's not a regret anymore. You know? I look back and still think, man, it would have been cool if I did, but can't change it. All I can do is work twice as hard now. You know? Back in the day, being fat was a status symbol. You know, being thick now is hot. Being thick was the thing. Because back when no one had food, during the Depression and shit like that, skinny people were the symbol of weakness and poverty. That's a cultural thing across other cultures. That happened in America, that happened in China. But now people get big, they get plump. Or not now. When they got plump, it meant that they had surplus. It meant they were taken care of. It meant they were nice, they were full, they were voluptuous, they were thick during that time. Coming out of the Depression, right? And now, not that we're in so much of a depression, we did have a mini depression, but I think it's just more people getting sick of like the ideal model stick, like bony skeleton figure, which can be very sexy, also tends to be mostly for the designers, but some people like that kind of stuff. But thicker girls and the thicker whatever is becoming more popular again. Yes, partially because of body confidence, which everyone was shitting on, like, oh yeah, a bunch of fat girls think they're really hot. Ugh. Well, you know what? A lot of other people thought they were hot too. So, yeah, I mean, whatever, teach their own, dude. If you don't think they're hot, fuck off. If you do, great. You know, you don't need to call them a fat cow. They don't need that. They're big and they know it. They carry the weight every day. They know how big they are. And if people like it, so be it. All right, what do we got? Show us your butt. Sorry, I'm not pulling that shit on the stream, man. I just can't. I can't do that. Dude, I just can't. The illusion is gone. I'm sorry. It's true. Though I do in my home. I do sometimes. But yes, I have no socks. The pitter patter. Yo, this guy sounds like Filthy Frank. Anyways, what do we have? Oh shit! Skoomba left, or Skaboomba. Grandpa Mick. Yes. Good night. Oh, it is? Oh. I didn't know he had this other thing, Joji Tum. It's like a mix of who's that one guy who does god damn, he's Korean, who does the beats? Not Suji, Juji, Joji, not fuck. I'm saying Joji. Yes, yeah. Sorry, no. Not Joji or GG. Is it Sai? No, not Akira. He's this Korean dude. Nope. Korean guy. Very famous. Yeah, that's it. Wonk Wonk got it. Yep. Nujabes. Sorry. Yes, Nujabes. My bad. This reminds me of like the beats of Nujabes with Filthy Frank chilling over that shit. Sorry. Wait, he's what? Oh, is he Japanese? Why do I think he was Korean? Oh, fucking A. Yes. Sorry. Ginseng is Korean. Nujabes is Japanese. But both of those, yes, I'm sorry. I mixed them both up. God, I'm sorry. Okay, God. Fuck. Yes. Anyways, we figured it out. We sorted it out. Okay? My Korean and Japanese chill beat folk. Okay? People getting triggered. That's right. Outer Paradox. People getting triggered for shit. Psh, come on. Psh. I'm your boy. I'm Asian. It's okay. I can mix up other Asians. I gotta pass. Rice balls. Welcome to the Terradome, the upper echelon invested on. I'm so glad he got back in. I'm so glad not back. I'm so glad he stuck to his music. I mean, yes, his other stuff is funny. It's really funny. He's a funny guy. He's clearly very creative, but it's fun to see people kind of like get into their thing, like fall into their thing and like really hit it hard. Mick, you should do GTA 5 stream where you get a break a week and be the ill self day about trucks and destruction. Yeah. Johnny Utah, what the fuck? Jeff, what? Please, okay, yes, you use Twitch Prime, thank you. If you actually paid money, I'd punch you. You silly. Jeff, we all know you have no money. We all know that you're being held captive in a closet with a 5-inch Cintiq, just using your hands tied behind your back, chained to a pipe, a bathroom pipe that just clanks at night. You have to draw with your teeth. You're holding the Cintiq up to your face with your feet. And those dirty tiles, little rats running by as you try to draw.
Boys treat my dick like a trampoline. I only work with paper like a fax machine. I'm on the car's hood screaming like a mammal.
I love you, Jeff.
You're
a good man. You're a good man. Jeff. Dual Link stream. How do I stream that? How do I fucking stream Dual Links? Fuck off, Divided. How do you even do that? Cool for my first stream of yours. We'll join the next one. Bye-bye. He already left. Or she already left. I'm sad because I love Bye-bye. I'm keeping that. Bye-bye. I would love to say that to somebody when I'm leaving a room. Alright, I'm a little tipsy. I'm getting a little tipsy. I also have water, don't worry. Got it here. Butts mode's getting close.
It's your boy Pink Guy, Pink Omega, whatever the fuck you want to call me. I don't give a fuck.
There's a third-party site that lets you put 2 streams into one page. 2-page, 1 stream is illegal. Use a PC emulator. Ooh. Butts mode activated. What happens? Oh! It happened, but it's just the audio. Is there a... Fuck. I wish I could just turn off everything else when that happens. You guys heard it though? You guys heard it okay? DM me on Discord, yes, please. I love how butts mode looks like boobs mode. I mean, I guess it's hard to tell. I guess that's the whole point, right? Like butts and boobs, kind of. That happens. All right. What is supposed to happen? There's an audio clip that occurs, but we need to figure out a way to get like a visual clip too, because it's not enough. We need to see some. We need to get some visual satisfaction. Boobs are the butts of the chest, correct. Yes. Just like legs are the arms of the other side. Yes. Nailed it. All right, guys. Okay, guys. Oh shit. Did that info not do anything? Oh, weird. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Jeff, what? Oh, there it is. No. Have I ever played Dragon Quest? I mean, the original. There's a lot of Dragon Quests. I played a lot of them when I was younger. Pick one: boobs, butts, or feet. I would have originally said boobs. I'm now much more butts, but maybe one day feet. I don't know. Oh shit, Dave's here. What? Outer Paradox? Boop! Thanks for joining, dude. I do promise to stream more. Jeff's origin story as told by Mick. Featuring Pink Guy. What? Hold on, is this a thing? I gotta watch this real quick. Oh god. I can actually see my face. This is the worst thing ever. Oh my god. This is like shitting with the mirror that... This is like shitting with the mirror that reflects into your face. Your asshole. My face is my asshole. Thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Wow, Mr. Cool, you are banned. How do I do this? Banned. Mr. Cool. Did that work? Oh no! I just got told that Banny wasn't a... Banny's not a command. I can't banny you. Sorry. My bad. Mick, pop my Twitch sub cherry! Well, I appreciate you coming by. Enlightened. Eesh. Eesh. That's the last thing I feel like I will ever do for you. Wait, why is somebody auto-hosting me? What? What? Excuse me. Who the a nun moose? Is that like a non-moose? Like a non? $100. And we got a bunch of regulars. A non-moose and regulars. Thank you for everything. That is a wow, wow, wow. 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 No, hold on. Wow. Wow. No. Wow. Whoa. 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 That is a wow moment. Whoa. 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 I appreciate. Thank you. A nun. It is very nice of you. I do like it's a nun in moose. It's like anonymous, but it's like a holy religious lady, either with a dildo fucking a moose or living inside of a moose's carcass or something. Have I seen Crash Suey? That actually does sound familiar. Bill Zwang. Oh, I know Bill. Gotta get back to work. Bill! 好久不见。你应该来我们的 Discord chat，我们好久没有讲话。You bitch. I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Don't get killed out wherever the fuck you are. What the fuck, Mick? Streamlabs has an app for Android that lets you stream games. What? Yo! This is the thing. Okay. I'm gonna answer all these and then I'm gonna try not to forget something. Mick, I think it's time to sleep. Yes, it's getting there. We're gonna stop soon. Mick, stop with the alcohol. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with the alcohol. It's all water. Thank you. Thank you, though. Yes. Mick, we can't understand. Oh, I'm slurring. My bad. That does happen. I promise. More water. I will become more clear in my enunciation. I promise. I do get lazy with how I speak. I like the 4 solid clips in the last 5 minutes. Please don't show my mom. Anyways, I was going to say, I'm going to try to say this as undrunkenly as possible. I did get Darkest Dungeon. So I am a fan of games that are a little masochistic, and Darkest Dungeon is one of them. My iPad, aside from having Procreate, which is awesome, it is. I've actually asked them if they would create. I beg them. I beg them weekly if they would please create the app for a system that was not the iOS, because it is so simple, it is so streamlined, and it's so easy to use. I've been searching online for alternative programs to Procreate on Mac, and there's just nothing close, unfortunately. So I would like to be able to stream things that I do on my iPad with you guys, which to me sounds cheap and weird and gross, but I also have Darkest Dungeon on there. And I will say, I've heard a lot of people talking about how hard Darkest Dungeon is. Really? I mean, it's a bitch. Did I already talk about this? I may have already spoken about this. If I'm repeating myself like an old man, tell me to shut up, please. Normie, thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining. Hit that sack. I will see you soon. We're definitely going to do more stuff. I hope I didn't miss you, because I know I saw you saying bye. I hope you at least saw that. Fucking A. I hate missing people, and I miss them all the time. Life. Come on, that's not rambling. It's a good game. Yes, that's true. Rocker's right. You basically, it's hard until you get good, and then that's a problem. Like, you're too good, and then they make that a problem, and then you have to sort that out. It's basically just a time game. You figure out, I mean, there's like, don't do the wrong thing, learn the right thing. There are rules, but yeah, it is a min-maxing game. It is a stat game for sure, which makes it a really good iPad game, because you can just play for like 2 minutes here, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and put it away. Dab on the haters? Dude, I don't dab. I don't even know how to dab. If I had it, I don't know. Why is this dabbing? This looks more like swooshing, or like whoop, or like poof. Wah! No. Swoop! Swoop! I don't know. There's something about it. This doesn't look like dab. This isn't dabbing. There's so much action. Dabbing's more like boom. You know what I mean? Like, yo, boo, dab. You don't like what I'm saying? Boom. You just like a subtle motion. You know, like I feel like that's more effective too. Someone's in your face or some shit, they're talking. You just get 2 fingers, just go, boom, just dab them. Just like, I'm done. I don't even care. Whatever. You know, like this whole thing is like, I'm getting all up in it. This is a fucking stupid dance move, in my opinion. In my opinion. My opinion. A sign for... That's I'm sorry. That's a sign for anything. Swoosh on them hands. Swoosh! See? That's what it says, doesn't it? Like, swoosh. Swish. No, swoosh. Swoosh is better. Swoosh. That's what it looks like. Dab is more like... Oh, you don't like this? I'm sorry. You don't like that? Chill the fuck out. Dab. Just dab. Just dab. This is what dabbing is. When you dab shit, you know? Dab them. I think that's a lot more effective. I think it's more subtle. I think it says a lot more, too. All this other shit is like so much investment of energy. It's like, really, you're that... You got so much of an opinion right now. You got to do this whole fucking thing. All this shit. No. Fuck off. Oh, thank you, Tets. Much appreciated. Again. Oh, you like the dab? You like the dab? You like the little dip, little dibby dibby dab? Oh, I'm sorry. You're upset? There you go. Bye. anyways, it is a little bit of a mockery. It is a little bit of a whatever. It's like you're flipping off a light switch. Exactly. The dab was used by Michael Jackson in 1987. The dab was later popularized and named in the Atlanta hip-hop scene in the 2010s. There was initially disagreement about who originated it. Yeah. Oh yeah, Michael Jackson. That makes sense. But to be fair, thank you, Tets. Much appreciated. Mwah. I am going to have more streams. But to be fair, everything Michael Jackson did was so deliberate and so choreographed and beautiful and significant. There was something about it. When he did something, he made it look like a thing. You know what I mean? But some people just be like, blah, 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 blah. It's just like, all right. That's like the difference between actually being able to speak like Chinese or Japanese or something and being like, ching chong, ching chong, chong chong, ching chong chong. Like, if Michael Jackson came up with the dab and you're sitting there fucking doing it as a fucking meme, you didn't earn that. You ain't doing that. That's not actual Chinese, dude. That's you fake Chinesing. My opinion. Just saying. Again, I didn't know if it was a Michael Jackson thing or not, but it makes sense if it was. The guy was a genius. Absolute genius. God, if you want to know how much of a genius that guy is, watch his final tour. Unfortunately, his final tour, they made a video or a film of him touring. His very last tour. Obviously, all of his music makes him a genius, but that last tour, you could see him. It was incredible. They'd have pyrotechnics. They'd have dancers, like 20 dancers behind him. They'd have the screen going off. They'd have all these things. They had a live band. Everything's going. He's dancing. He's doing everything. And it wraps. He does his final move. Fireworks going off. Everything goes done. Everything's done. He wait a few seconds. He turns around. He's like, all right, everybody. Listen, y'all did a great job. Jerry, you on the drums? You're a little bit slow. I heard it. You just need to be a little bit faster in the tempo. It's not like bum 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 bum. It's more like bum 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 bum. All right, you got it. Okay. Everybody else, I noticed you were 2 feet back. He was just like, even though he was doing this, he's at the front of the stage with all of these things fucking happening. And at the end of the entire number, during the rehearsal, he just turns around and breaks down everything. He was so fucking aware of everybody. Every background dancer, the fucking drummer, everybody. It's incredible. You can argue about somebody's music. You can argue about their taste. You can argue about a lot of things, about their personalities, whatever. But one thing you cannot argue is that Michael Jackson was a genius, and he was like the Leonardo da Vinci at his prime of stage performance. He knew everything that was going on. It was incredible. Yeah. Anyways. We've gotten to 9:17. It has gone a little long. He did. He was a perfectionist. And some people would say that it's because he grew up in an abusive childhood and a showbiz family. And that's probably true. And that sucks. And I would wish that on nobody. At the same time, there are plenty of people that a lot of us celebrate today, whether they're artists or military people or scientists that went through the worst shit ever in order to come up with some of the best shit ever that we appreciate today. Now, I'm not saying that we got to run people through that mill. I'm just saying maybe we can focus less on the shit they went through, even though it is important to make sure others don't go through it, but to celebrate the awesome stuff that they did give us, because it is a rare mix. And, you know, there's plenty of people that go through bad shit that become fucking assholes. Or plenty of people that get great shit and become assholes. But, yeah. Anyways, it's getting a little bit late. I know it's only 9:20, but for me, I got to make sure I cut myself down. So, I am planning on doing more streams. I'd love to see you guys more, work on some more stuff. Thank you guys for subscribing. The bits, I don't even know what they do, but thank you. I appreciate it. Just being here, make rand activate. Yes! We did it! We did it! But anyways, thank you. Thank you, Salty. And thank you all you guys for coming by. And for subscribers that I haven't been around for a while, I apologize. I gotta be better. And I will be, I promise. Alright, kisses, hugs. It's only Thursday. You guys got Friday, Saturday. Go have a fucking great weekend. I'll see you guys soon. Alright. How do I leave? Okay, bye.